What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones the card game, 2nd edition tournament. This one is a Road to Stahleck Event, the Massacre at Hardhome, which was held in Cleveland, Ohio. On the left we have Matt, on the right we have Nick. Matt is playing a Martell Banner of the Kraken. He set up a Duped Asha, an Iron Islands Fishmonger, a Rose Road, and an Iron Throne. And on the right we have Martell Fealty, run by Nick. Who's got Masella out there, a Palace Spearman, and a Blood Orange Grove for economy. And that's their setup. This is round 1. We did have a live stream for this event, which you can see on the channel. Just for the Massacre at Hardhome live stream, big long 10-hour video. These were actually recorded with separate cameras on the side. I had 2 separate cameras going at other tables, so I could grab a couple tables per round to commentate over and post. So you should get a couple more matches, 2 matches per round. We got 2 other games from the top 8 that you didn't see in the stream, plus the other top 4 game that didn't make the stream will all be coming up on the channel. So make sure you subscribe and hit that little notification bell beside that to be notified when a video goes live, or actually we go live and do another live stream, so that you don't miss it. On the left we have March to the Wall, Flip for Plots, and on the right we have Varys Riddle copying that, so we get the double March to play there. And the boards are clear, for characters at least. And it looks like Nick on the right, the Martell Fealty player, is going first. He gets a Rose Road out there. And it looks like he's kneeling Fealty.
Fealty, that. Play that check. Play the top 2.
He's got his Blood Orange Grove knelt. He's played a Green Blood Trader. He's looking at the top 2 cards of the deck, choosing one to put in his hand, the other one at the bottom of the deck. We see he's the last of Giants in hand. Last of the Giants, I think it's called. And Arion Martell is now marshaled in play. And looks like it's over to Matt, the Martell Kraken player, to marshal. There's no military icons on the right side of the table yet, but we know with Arion, if she doesn't get milked or nightmares, she could be triggered to bounce someone in. To do a military challenge still, so you can't marshal thinking there's no military icons across the table. That's the beauty of Arion Martell. You never know what she has up her sleeve. And looks like we have the intrigue removing attachment, a Tainted, I believe. Seeing those played at this tournament in some decks, and having to start remembering the names of those things again. Those Martell icon removal attachments haven't been seen in videos in a while, I feel like. So yeah, if they're a thing here in this series, I better get to know what they're called. And it looks like we have an Iron Islands Fishmonger back in play, and this time we got a Bastard Daughter. I'm sure Matt didn't plan on having a Duped Asha go away, that's for sure. But he did open with March to the Wall, and it wouldn't have happened if he didn't open with that plot. He maybe got greedy, and Nick burnt him there. And it looks like Seabitch is the only other thing he marshaled. So it looks like the March to the Wall hurt him more than his opponent. And it looks like we got an unopposed intrigue challenge. Grabs a Risen from the Sea. So save is gone. Looks like Arion is being triggered. And brings out Nymeria, who steals a military icon from the Bastard Daughter. And military coming in, of course. And obviously unopposed, no military icons out there. And he's going to burn the Bastard Daughter, which is going to hit the hand of Nick, and he loses a Hand's Judgment.
That's it for me.
Not the Arion that I'm sure Matt on the left was hoping he'd grab. And it looks like an unopposed power challenge coming back the other way.
And then you get down.
And dominance won by the Banner Kraken player. So he's up 3-1. And it looks like we have counting coppers into retaliation, so automatically the player on the left's going to go first, draw 3 cards. And he's just double checking what the plot is.
Nice. So I guess I'm first.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Do my 3, and then I'll do my 2.
And let's see if Matt can remember that he has a 2-claim plot across the table. And not leave himself too exposed when his opponent has his chance to attack. So we have an Ocean Road.
I have an action. I'll give this for one.
Looks like Nick knelt his Blood Orange Grove as an action after playing the Ocean Road, which is smart against Martell Kraken. I mean, he could have used Sea Bitch there as the first action to steal the Blood Orange Grove, use it to reduce his own Martell characters, which can be a thing in future rounds, I guess. So that's why maybe one of the reasons why Nick knelt that so quickly. Also bannering Newly Made Lords. Oh no, never mind. Newly Made Lord is not limited, so yeah, maybe that's just it. He was thinking about Sea Bitch on the table. Or even Lord's Port Shipwright, but I guess when that gets played out, he'd have a chance to kneel it then anyway. So we got Ocean Road, 1 gold. We have a Waddling Scout. So since Asha, not really seeing any big characters yet on the Martell Kraken side of things. And another weenie is the Hardhome Knight. At least he has all 3 icons on the table. And there's Arion back out in play. I'm sure going to bounce back and bring someone else into play. And Nymeria will steal whichever icon she feels like here to stop that challenge. I'm sure it'll be a military, maybe a power since there's only 1 of each. Or maybe he'll just do it after his opponent starts attacking.
Do you have a challenges action?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to decide who's I want to take.
So at least the Martell Kraken player having that Iron Throne in play is going to most likely help him keep dominance on his side to slow his opponent down while he, I guess, tries to get back in this game. Even though he's in the lead, I mean, you're staring across the table at Arion, whatever she's bringing into play, Nymeria, and you only have 3 weenies, but I mean, the Green Blood Trader's doing nothing sitting out there except for adding 1 to dominance.
Yeah, we'll take.
So Intrigue icon taken away from the Waddling Scout. So the Martell Fealty player deciding to go heavy on the Intrigue, I guess. And that makes the option for the Hardhome Knight, which challenge he wants to do, a little tougher since he has to pick either Intrigue or Military, since he has no second Intrigue icon. And we saw Arrow Hota in hand of the Martell Fealty player on the right. So I'm sure he's going to mess with his opponent here, knocking someone out of a challenge. And then Hota coming back with 2 claim on the military, I'm sure. He does have a, what's that, that knight, those knights that get renown after 3 plots are in the use pile. I can't remember what they're called, but he has one of those in hand also on the right. Knight of the Sun. Something like that. So looks like we have an Intrigue challenge here coming in with Nymeria for strength. So it looks like the Martell Kraken player passed his challenges. He's just going to play defensively. And the unopposed is blocked here with the Hardhome Knight. Still going to lose 2 cards, though.
Let's go 1. Let's go 2.
And grabs a Venomous Blade and Ilia Sand. And now we have a 2-claim power coming in for strength with Arion. Of course, the unopposed is blocked with the Iron Islands Fishmonger. I'm surprised Hota hasn't come in to bump him out of the challenge to get it unopposed. But I guess you maybe want to do that on more defensively. So Palace Spearman comes into play. That makes more sense. And he's going to come in on the military challenge. which most likely is going to go unopposed, and 2 claim hit here. Yep, it is unopposed. 2 claim, leaving a fishmonger alone on the board to fight for himself.
All right, and then, well, you're going to get down, but I have to mill a couple hot cards. So
Your dominance goes to the player on the left, and it sounds like the Martell Fealty player, Nick, has to chuck some cards. Holy, 2 cards at least. Orphan of the Green Blood and his Viper's Eyes so far, and Last of the Giants, wow. Yeah, that 4 reserve on retaliation hits hard sometimes. So Martell Fealty player Nick doing a good job keeping the pressure on here. Can he keep it going? And a duel, which misses, but Valor on the other side is going to clear the board.
Alrighty, well, this goes back to you.
Oh, actually a save here, Risen from the Sea on the fishmonger. Really wants to keep him in play, and probably needs the economy too. And of course, duel was a big miss. So I guess he assumes his opponent doesn't have anything really to hit. Might as well get out of the way now. Has decent economy, pretty good reserve. Probably didn't want to use one of his other plots right now. So is that Valor going to help the Martell Kraken player get back in this? Not sure who's going first here. They've both collected economy. No one's really put a card out yet. Well, we're waiting for them to marshal here. Make sure you hit that like button on these videos so other people can find them in the search results. It helps a ton. It's easy to do. I appreciate it. If you guys like what you see in these matches, any match in particular, leave comments below. If you find a really good one, I like posting them on, sharing them in the big Facebook group, and then quoting some of the reactions to it. I have some fun reading that stuff. So yeah, leave comments below. Always help. So looks like we have a little Theon out on the left side. And one of our players has run away.
Sorry, I had to ask the timing of something.
Oh, he's just doing a rules check here on a timing thing.
You have 1 left?
Yep.
So something did come up in a game, I think that is recorded, that will come up here, and it involved Nick on the right with Vengeance for Elia.
That's it.
There was some questions that came up, and then some rulings made and then unmade that basically Vengeance, whose claim does it use? So if the Martell player plays Vengeance for Elia and puts a challenge back on you, I'm assuming, and we looked it up and we figured it out, I think, but the eventual ruling halfway through the tournament, after it was done wrong a few times, because there were quite a few Martell players there, was that the attacking player basically has to take his own claim back on himself. So if he came in with a 1 claim plot against the Martell player with a 2 claim plot, the Martell player plays Vengeance for Elia, the 1 claim of the attacker has to basically be satisfied by the attacker on his characters or hand or whatever. But there was some discussion. So if you guys know, leave it in the comments below. I'm sure it'll come up in a future video from this series if it doesn't come up here. But I think that's what Nick was going to ask about. Said he had to look it up. Because in our game, I let him use his own 2 claim against me. And I don't think that was right after, but at the time, I just wasn't worried about it. Just want to keep the game going and worry about the stream. So now that we're sitting here, we can figure it out. All right, so it looks like the Knight of the Sun got a military challenge through here. And it's going to kill the Iron Islands Fishmonger. And that's 2 Risen from the Sea's gone now.
You get down with the firm.
But dominance, of course, going to the Martell Kraken player. Looks like little Theon just got an unopposed challenge there. Obviously no claim due to Valor.
How many cards do you have in there?
5.
Now, that Martell Kraken player, Matt, I don't know what he's holding Sea-Bitch for. At this point, maybe when the boards were empty, stealing that Blood Orange Grove might have helped. Just reduce the economy of his opponent, help him not recover as well. But maybe he's holding on to it. Maybe he knows there's a Sun Spear or a Gaston Grey coming that he'd rather take, which makes complete sense. So we have a second March Blade on the left. He's going to run in 2 March in the deck into Accounting Coppers. So board cleared again.
Okay.
And it looks like the Martell Kraken player shows the Martell Fealty player to go first. He's got 3 gold to work with and a Blood Orange Grove. He's using Fealty and the Blood Orange Grove to pay for a Dornish Fiefdoms, I believe it's called. Fiefdoms. Gets 2 gold back. Actually, 1 gold, since he's going first. So now he's working with 4 gold after all that. Now, Seabitch probably doesn't steal limited cards, and you guys have been probably yelling at me. I just thought of that now, when I kept thinking he could steal that Blood Orange Grove. Yeah, I think I'm completely wrong on that one.
You have 1 gold, right?
Yep.
So you can delete your comments now, all right? You can delete them now. Just kidding. So we got Maester Kaliot in play. And 1 gold saved. Over to the Martell Kraken player. So Marshall with, I think, 5 gold, plus he has an Ocean Road. Yeah, Seabitch can't steal limited cards. Sorry, guys. My bad. That's why he hasn't used it. There's nothing to take yet. I mean, unless he nightmares a limited card, then he can steal it, I guess. But then, when it's nightmares, you can't use it for anything. So it would really be only to take it away from your opponent and not use the beauty of Seabitch, which is usually steal a location and then use it yourself, so that they don't get it back. So we have Egret in play. We have Kaliot, who's lost an Intrigue icon. Coming in on the... wait.
That'll be unopposed.
I missed that first challenge by Kaliot's knelt, but looks like Egret coming in on an Intrigue challenge, winning it, getting rid of a Vengeance for Elia. Huge pull.
Looks like you get down.
Vengeance for Elia can hit pretty damn hard on these little small boards. And it was smart of him not to do a military challenge. Being a Martell player himself, I knew he didn't want to run into his Viper's Eyes, followed by a Vengeance for Elia.
Be a little concerned.
Yeah,
It's usually the fun stuff that happens when you open with the military against Martell. So now we have a march on the other side into Retaliation.
Well, you have less power. So
They
that
tie on
you
initiative.
win initiative then.
So less power goes to the player on the left, so he chooses, well, I guess he wins, and then that forces the Martell Fealty player, Nick, on the right to go first.
So I get 6 gold this turn.
So Dornish Fiefdoms knelt, getting 1 gold there. Should have 5, and then 6 with the Dornish Fiefdoms. There's knelt to Blood Orange Grove there. Arion is back in play. I think that's it. He's sitting on 2 gold. These Martell boards, man, mirror match. Boards getting hit by multiple march to the walls. Character counts keeping small. And Asha's made a return when he saw the 3rd copy. She's back. And if she can stay on the board. Oh, a Tainted just coming back and forth between the board and Matt's hand there.
Swing a power challenge.
So unopposed power challenge coming in. Obviously, Arion not having an Intrigue icon. I'm sure she'll bounce back to hand here and take the Tainted off.
If I have some actions.
Going back to the opponent's hand.
Do I have one bounce?
We do see his Viper's Eyes sitting in the Martell player on the right's hand.
I have no action. Review.
Sure, he'd love to use that on Asha, who's going to try to come in on 2 challenges if she can get unopposed.
I will ever do a military challenge.
But we haven't seen Hota yet, and if he's still in hand, I'm sure he'll make an appearance here and knock Asha out of the challenge, and then she'll be left doing nothing there, which is great for Nick on the right when 2 Claim is facing him across the table.
Then I have a Viper Eyes.
So here comes the hits of Viper's Eyes. Not sure which challenge we just had there.
Let's see what you got. Well, Yarn turn doesn't really do too much. can't pull up any of my cards, so why not this one?
So an Iron Mine's grabbed with his Viper's Eyes.
I'll go ahead and do 2 claim and then unopposed.
So it was a power challenge, and if it was unopposed, Asha should be standing.
That's it.
I'm not going to stand it.
Unless she was Nightmares?
Oh, duh.
Yeah, sorry, he did forget. So Asha did stand, Nick let him do it, and military challenge coming in here. And the 2 gold sitting there, we saw him move a Vengeance for Ilya up to the front of his hand. I'm sure he's going to use that 2 gold on it.
You can do the claim.
Okay.
And do we have a 3rd Risen from the Sea? Nope, Asha will die.
But it would be unopposed still, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Still
so
would
the
be.
unopposed challenge, of course, he gets his unopposed power.
Or,
It's 8 power on the left and a pile on the right. Nick's messy little pile there, making it hard for me to count.
During the standing phase, these guys all stand.
It probably is pretty close, pretty tight game here.
Bounce.
Now we have the Pyromancers coming in off of Arion.
Blow up the Iron Throne.
Power discarded, they're knelt in dominance to get rid of the Iron Throne. This might turn things in Nick's favor here if he can start winning dominance. Battle of Blackwater into a duel on the other side. Playing very similar plot decks here.
Oh, I had the discarded card, so
Copy of Nymeria discarded for taxation on the right.
I completely forgot about that.
And a Tated's gone
Because now I have no iron.
on the left, but he may have another copy.
You can go first.
So it sounds like the Martell Kraken player's going first here.
Oh,
Yeah, he does have a second Tainted in hand. I just saw it there.
I'll do my first action. Do that.
So Dornish fiefdoms on the other side.
yeah, to do the stick players.
Exactly. Yep. 'Cause
Gotta make sure they don't have
what
their scumbags.
that's right.
They're 2 scumbags.
And the Iron Throne is back. Those Pyromancers have a target again this round. If those Pyromancers are still sticking around by the dominance phase.
Keeping 5.
And if they don't get Nightmares in dominance.
Oh,
Since the Martell Kraken player is going first, he would have first action. Could Nightmares them. They're going to lose their Intrigue icon, so there really is nothing for them to do until the dominance phase. And we have a Bastard Daughters, the only character marshal on the left. Arion, of course, back out in play. She's doing tons of work this game.
and then we're gonna. Wait.
And Venomous Blade killing the Bastard Daughter at the end of the phase.
That's it.
And she died.
And of course, she's going to react and take a card out of the hand of the Martell Fealty player, which is Gaston Grey. So I'm sure that hasn't seen play because of Sea-Bitch.
I pass challenge.
Power.
And we got an unopposed power challenge with Arion. Looks like Nick needs about 5 or 6 power there, left in that little pile. Arion going back to hand, bringing Venomous Blade with her, and we got Arrow Hota coming out to do possibly a military challenge, and yes, he does. So an unopposed, no claim, of course,
We'll go to dominance.
and the dominance action, losing the power.
But I still get dominance, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
you still
dominance
get
does get calculated first before the dominance action. So the Martell Kraken player Matt still gets dominance, but then the Pyromancer burns the Iron Throne.
Last putt. Want to hear a tragic story?
And we have a first edition alt art Valor Morgulis into Battle of Blackwater, killing Hota
That is a sad story. Understandable.
Yep.
and the Pyromancers.
And then who's going first?
I'll have you go first.
Another empty board here.
Yep.
Haven't seen them on the game.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, it's like, oh, these cards exist.
We got 2 Desert Scavengers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And we have a Starfall Cavalry drawing some cards.
Since now the butts are in this box. Or do you?
See if Matt, the Martell Kraken player, is drawn into some characters here. It's not going to do any good just playing a Bastard Daughter every round. Or Iron Island's Fishmonger. And it looks like he has no characters in hand, maybe one? I think he's got one character in hand, a bunch of locations. So that's not looking good. Not looking good at all. So he's forcing the Starfall. Oh no, Starfall Cavalry has no attachments. Get that out of here. No claim, at least on the other side. So if he just plays one character, it should stick around. As long as you don't walk into a Vengeance for Elia on the military claim. We do see a Last of the Giants in the hand of Nick on the right. But I don't see him playing Varys this round. I don't think he has the gold for it either.
Challenge. Well, wait, how much?
Looks like he's not playing any characters. Just going to sit on 4 or 5 gold there.
Challenge of your choice.
I choose military.
All right, it's military.
Unopposed. 0.
So unopposed military challenge, just getting an unopposed power.
That's all that matters.
And then go to down.
Get down.
And dominance going to the player on the left.
Stand out. Then I'm good. Reserve, I think. Yep, I got 5.
So it looks like Valor's pinned on the right side, and Battle of Blackwater on the other side. Now they're going back around plot 8 here. And we have Valor played on the other side into Retaliation. Interesting.
Well, you gotta go first.
So forcing the player who played Valor to go first, obviously.
There's too many for Martell to handle it.
Exactly.
So now we know why Matt on the left did not play a character last round. He was just going to play Valor anyway. Makes sense.
Action.
Yep.
So at the end of start the dominance phase, I win dominance at 5 to yours.
So another empty board. It's the story of this game. Basically marshalling with no characters on either side. Almost every round. This is nuts. Hosting Knight. I'm thinking since both these decks are running dual, they're probably not running any characters really 6 cost or higher, which is why we really haven't seen any except for, I guess, Varys floating around. So it maybe makes sense why we're only seeing weenies pretty much. And the 6 cost army, since dual is non-army character, so that explains the Starfall Cavalry. And Aerion's back, of course. Venomous Blade, killing the Hosting Knight. So much death. Power challenge here with Aerion, of course, unopposed. 2 claim. And she's going to bounce. Venomous Blade going back, of course.
Oh, you're going to guess?
Actually, we're going to have Gaston going as a reaction there instead. So Aerion won't be on the board to trigger her ability.
I have to mill some cards.
And that will help force Nick on the right to hit his 4 reserve and have to discard some more cards. There's Varys getting discarded. I guess you don't need Varys if there's really no characters ever on the board.
Are you done already?
Oh yeah, I lost turn 3.
Sorry.
I'll explain it.
It's Martell against Martell. Tell us we're
And he discards a Knight of the Sun since they're not going to get renowned for a little
I'm
bit.
used to this matchup. Me and my buddy, we both play the same exact deck.
Oh,
so
okay.
like card for card. So this is like workhorse for me. Like
Okay.
this is about every day we do this. It's a fun matchup. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
We found out that whoever actually draws more wins, which is surprising, because you would think that you want to just like stay slow and not draw, but whoever starts drawing more with their Starfall and stuff.
So we have Varys Riddle hitting Accounting Coppers, drawing some cards on both sides here.
Go first and I'll draw 3 off you. The only difference.
Let's see if Matt on the left can actually get something into play here.
I have Varys Riddle and he has long plan. So
Bears rules are really good. As you can see, it's hitting,
it's super good. I love
hitting
that
all
card.
the time.
I love that card.
They say, I'm not making any generalizations.
So he's just got a handful of locations. Got a Wildling Scout in there. Tainted. Not many characters, it looks like. I don't know if his deck's just crapping on him or his deck's just built with a low count of characters and really high on the locations. Ocean Road.
So you could take a small character like a bird man or a hound and you're playing John's face.
So he has another Gas and Gray in hand.
Kill him for claim on the march. Although, I mean, it wasn't a bad thing to do it to me.
Gonna kneel the 2 Ocean Roads to get that Wildling Scout into play. Yeah, it looks like he has 2 newly made Lords stuck in hand. So looks like that's some more of his location control, but I mean, when it's all limited across the board, they're doing nothing for you, really. He plays Maester Windermere and a Gas and Gray. No military icons, but he needs to start winning some power to steal it away from his opponent. Stop his opponent from closing it out here. And, whoa, surprise, Arion Martell back in play. Just kidding. Standard stuff every round here. He's getting Arion going. And looks like a Venomous Blade, of course, again. Never stops. He needs to see that 3rd Risen. And a Hellstain Knight, reduced with the Desert Scavenger, no gold left. Maester Windermere dies at the end of the phase, of course. Now he's sitting here with a Lonely Wildling Scout.
I only need 2 more, so.
Sounds like the player on the right just needs 2 power, so with no military icons. Nothing really to do. He's going to do an Intrigue, though.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe see if Arion will kneel. But she's not going to, so it's unopposed. Claim is Nymeria, another dead card. And we have the unopposed power coming in. That should be it. And that is game. Congrats to Nick for closing it out there. And everyone, stay tuned. We got more videos coming up from this tournament series. That was only the first game of round 1. We have another game of round 1 coming up. You can always watch the other game from round 1 that was on the live stream on the channel. Thank you to everyone who donates on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. You see their awesome names scrolling by right there. I appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. If you want to support these videos, you can donate. Click the link in the description below. And thanks again, Brad Iyer, for running the tournament. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate the support. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that business. And more videos coming up here on Rob's Gaming Table. And hope to see a bunch of you guys at Gen Con coming up soon. Thanks a lot.